Hi there. So my name is Sarfraz and I am one of the co-founders of Aristotle Prep. I also head the content team at Aristotle, and it gives me great pleasure to present to you guys the latest edition of our reading comprehension book, the RC Grail 2017. Before I go into the changes that we've made to the 2017 edition, I'll just tell you a little about where the RC Grail comes from. What was the rationale behind the RC Grail? See, one of the philosophies that we have as far as reading comprehension is concerned is, out of all the three question types on the GMAT verbal, sentence correction, reasoning, and reading comprehension is the one that is the most difficult to teach because it's very student specific. You see, it's a big function of whether you've been in the habit of reading. The comprehension ability of two students would not be the same. So a strategy that works for me will not necessarily work for you. This is not true for something like sentence correction, where the rule works for everybody. But on reading comprehension, it has to be very student specific. So the books that we saw in the market, a lot of them were giving you very, very specific things to do. So read like this, don't read these lines, read these lines. I mean, honestly, we did not believe in that one size fits all model. Which is why in the RC Grail, the strategies we discuss are much broader, which would always apply irrespective of how you comprehend or read passages. So how to understand, what to focus on. So the strategies that you will see in the book will be much more broad-based. You won't find the book telling you exactly which lines to read, which lines to skip. That doesn't make any sense to me, honestly. The one thing that we did believe in as the only way to improve your comprehension is to practice a lot of passages. If you've not been in the habit of reading, suddenly if you start reading complex journals and books of fiction, it won't make any difference. What will make a difference is if you practice a lot of GMAT type passages. In terms of length, in terms of number of questions, in terms of the language used in the questions and in the options. If you practice a lot of such passages, your comprehension or your performance on the RC section will improve. Your comprehension may not improve, but your performance will improve. How and why you will see in the book. So what we did in the RC Grail was we gave a lot of practice passages. While most books were stressing too much on strategy and giving you too few passages, we've given you a lot of practice passages, 60 of them, across 3 difficulty levels. You see, one problem when you practice passages from the official guide is that a lot of passages will give you a lot of questions. 6 questions, 7 questions, even 8 questions. Whereas on the actual GMAT, each passage will only give you between 3 and 4 questions. So when you practice passages from the OG, which you must, but when you practice passages from the OG, it kind of ruins your time management strategy, even your reading strategy. Because to answer 7 or 8 questions, you have to understand the passage in much more detail than you would to answer 3 or 4 questions. In the RC Grail, each passage will give you either 3 or 4 questions. No more, no less. So in that sense, it is much more GMAT-like than even the OG passages, because most of them contain too many questions. So that's where the RC Grail comes from. Now what is new in the book? Of course, the book references OG 2017. It also references OG 2016 and 2015. And the OG Verbal Review 2017 and 2016. We've also removed a few passages from the previous edition and added new ones in their place. So you'll find around 10 to 15 new passages in the book. The last and the most important thing, we have added expert speak videos to the book. So at several places in the book, you will find QR codes. This is how a QR code looks. You can scan these codes using your phones or your tablet devices, and you can watch a video connected to the concept that you've just read right on the spot. This, we feel, gives you an extremely integrated and holistic learning experience, which will be far better than simply reading things in a book. What you guys should do is download a sample copy of the book and check out the content and the videos for yourself. You will find a link to the sample copy below this video. Download that and check out the book. All the videos in the sample copy, by the way, are freely accessible. So you won't have to create a login or a password. Simply go to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store, download a free QR code reader and scan the QR code using your phone. You should instantly be able to access the connected video. and we've kept the videos light in size, so even if you have a slightly slow internet connection, you should be able to stream the videos. One last word on availability. As some of you might be knowing, our books are now being published by Wiley, the same guys who published the GMAT OG. Currently, the book is only available in the Indian subcontinent in both paperback and Kindle format. Very soon, I think in the next 2-3 weeks, by the 3rd week of October, Wiley will be releasing a Kindle edition of the book globally. So people from all across the world can then purchase the book. In case your test date is near, you can go ahead and purchase the older edition of the book, which looks like this. In terms of concept coverage, the two books are the same. There's no difference. It's only the videos and the few new passages that we've added to the 2017 edition. So you won't be missing out on anything substantial. Also, if you've already bought the previous edition of the RC Grail, you don't need to purchase the 2017 edition because there is not much that is different between the two books. So if you bought the older edition, you're also not missing out on anything. So go ahead and download the sample copy, and I'm sure you guys will find the book immensely useful in your prep. I wish you guys all the best. Have a nice day.